Welcome to fly tying step by step. Today I'm going to tie a pattern that I saw a while back. If I'm not mistaken, it was called bass bugger, and it's basically a woolly bugger with a lot of movement, and I just believe that this will be one of the best flies for largies, for bass, and any predatory fish. I even caught a 6 kilogram carp on this fly, to my surprise. I didn't expect it, but yes, it delivered the goods. So seeing that I'm going to tie it for largies, I am going to weight it a little bit more than the original description said. So what I have here is I've got a B10S in a size 4 hook. So what I have here is I've got a B10S size 6 hook, and I've got a 3.2 millimeter tungsten bead slipped over there. I'm going to add a little bit more weight with a few lead wraps. With largies, you want to get your fly down in the zone, and if it doesn't have enough weight, you're not going to be there. That's a trick that I learned from one of the gurus in fly fishing. So I'm just pushing in my lead wraps underneath this bead so that it seats properly, and then I'm going to start with my black thread. I'm using 70 denier black dangle. First of all, I'm tying in my transition. I want to create a transition point from the hook shank onto the lead, and then I'm securing my lead with a few wraps. Because I put in this transition point, it already pushes the lead wraps forward, locking it in. It can't move to the back. So when I secure it with my thread, you don't get the problem where your lead wraps unravel and separate. With that done, I'm just going to go to roughly the point of the hook. With that done, I'm going to start with my tail. For my tail, I'm using black Marabou. You don't have to be shy using your Marabou. Even though Marabou gives a bulky look, it still remains quite a slim fly when it's wet. So I'm just going to grab a few fibers of Marabou. Your tail length, you're looking at roughly the length of the hook shank. You can make it a little bit longer. If you find that it wraps too easily around the hook, you can always trim it, make it a little bit shorter. That's the beauty also of Marabou. So after I've taken my Marabou, I prefer just to take my nail and just strip the fluff of the stems. What this does, it takes away the bulk that can so easily be created at the back of your fly. So just strip them so that you get to the core of the fibers. The other option is, if you have long fibers, you can start your Marabou there and just extend it to the back. Pinch wrap, 1 or 2 turns, and then advance to the front. What I also like to do, if I do go over and I find that it's going to create a bit of bulk, I will just trim it at an angle, and you will find that your fly has a better profile. So the thicker part ends where the lead wraps start, and the thinner fibers just continues to the front. So there you can see you've got a very, very slim profile, just because I trimmed out those fibers. You can add a bit of flash to your tail if you prefer. It's not necessary. Now I'm going to add my black chenille. I just trimmed out a few fibers at the tip where I'm going to tie it in. I know most guys catching largies prefer to use weed guards. With this fly it's a little bit difficult, but I suppose you can incorporate it if you want to. I'm going to stop round about a bead's length behind the bead so that I create enough space for my other materials. With that tied in, you can just tidy it up, make sure that it's properly secured. Now I'm going to take this brush. It's gold and black. It's a product called Sculpting Flash Brush. You can make your own brushes and use them as well. I might show it to you how to do that in a future video. So here also, because I want to create a thin profile, I'm just going to cut out a few fibers in the front so that I just have the wire that I have to tie in. You do need sharp scissors for this material. So there I'm just going to tie in my brush, and I'm just going to make a few turns with this brush. Always remember to stroke back those fibers so that they lie nice and flat to the back. So I'm basically making roughly one turn, not too much. It's just to add a little bit of flash to this pattern. And as I always say, don't use your scissors to cut a wire brush, or any wire for that matter. It just destroys your scissor. So I'll secure it with my thread, and I'll just get in there and just helicopter it until you feel the wire has broken off. Before I continue, I'm just going to take my Velcro and just brush it out so that I make sure there's no fibers trapped. And to finish the flower, we are going to add another bit of Marabou. Always try to catch your material as close to the tip as possible, It just helps creating a neater fly. I'm going to spin my bokken and just trap those fibers. Make sure you've got it evenly spaced as well. And then tie it in. So here also I stroke back my Marabou so they lie to the back. And we'll finish. You can add a bit of head cement to the finished fly just to make sure that those knots stay intact and your Marabou doesn't come undone. With that done, I'll come in, check the profile, and if necessary, I will trim it a bit. Thank you for watching fly tying step by step. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Also visit us on Facebook, facebook.com/flytying123. Click on like and enjoy fly fishing and fly tying. Bye.